Hey, it's Tuesday, and I hate society. Why? Because it does a lot of stupid things that I don't understand. So, when I was smaller, I learned that most people like the opposite sex, and that some people like the same sex, and that there are even people who like both sexes. And much later I learned about asexuals and pansexuals and all that stuff. But let's stick to the essentials. So I would have never thought about questioning someone who would identify as bisexual, because I learned that's a valid sexual orientation. But apparently some people think that bisexuality doesn't really exist. That people who identify as bisexual haven't just made up their minds or are cheating liars or whatever. And it's because not enough people learn about them. I mean, I never met a bisexual before I was 19 or something, and media and everyone always talks about hetero and homo and nothing in between. So society thinks there is nothing in between. But of course there is. And that's why it's so important to have representation in media for all kinds of sexual orientations. Because I'm a queer person who is not gay, and contrary to popular belief, I exist. And then there's a lot of other stuff that society taught me just are the way they are, because they always been this way. Like, for instance, gender. I mean, I'm a man, I can see that, I have, you know, all the parts. I'm perfectly fine with it. What I'm not okay with is what society says I should act like just because I have a Y chromosome. So I'm not the manliest man, I'm not pretty strong. My beard growth isn't that consistent. I don't enjoy watching football that much, and I don't care too much for cars, and I don't care too much about how to get laid with the next best chick. But I enjoy cooking and baking and some crafty stuff. Also, I got 2 left hands. And cuddling. I like being cuddled. And I am whiny from time to time, yes. But that doesn't make me more or less of a man. And then there's monogamy. So society tells me that I can only love one person. And if I love more than one person at once, there's something wrong. And I don't think that's true. I mean, if you're okay with that, that's fine by me. That's your choice. But I can love more than one person at once, and there is nothing wrong with it. I don't think I could handle having multiple partners at once, but I can have a partner and love other people too. And while we're at it, I don't get the hang of romance and platonic. Like, I've never grasped where the difference is. I just love people. So let's imagine for 1 second that I am not single. So I can love my partner, with whom I had what you would describe as a romantic relationship. But at the same time, I can also love my friends, and I can kiss some of my friends, and I can even have sex with some of my friends. But they are still my friends, and that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me or with my relationship, or that I don't love my partner anymore. Of course, if my partner is not okay with that, I wouldn't do what they would consider cheating. Because if it's not consensual, then it is cheating. But society tells me that this is weird, because it's monogamy all the way. Monogamy is how it has always been, and that worked for hundreds and thousands of years. And that's why we should stick to that. So I'm not saying that the rules are wrong. Of course, if you're comfortable with having only one partner and you like it that way and you couldn't imagine having someone else beside that, that's totally fine. But why does society judge me because I'm doing it different? Why does everybody have to stick to the rules? Why can't I go out there and say, I'm a bisexual, polyamorous man who is somewhat into BDSM, and nobody judges me? Why does the ex-boyfriend of one of my friends go to her and tell her, what? You're together with a woman now? You were a lesbian all the whole time? Everything was lies? Why can't he accept that there are bisexuals and pansexuals and all that stuff? in between. Seriously, it's the 21st century. I always thought people were more open-minded. So, for instance, one time someone wanted to insult me and said, yeah, you're gay. And because you're gay doesn't work as an insult, and because I wanted to be clever, I said, no, in fact I'm not, I'm bisexual. And then he said, yeah, you're gay. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm bisexual, I like men and women. Yeah, you just want to cover up that you're gay. And if you're a future employer who just found this video by googling my name and you are now thinking of not employing me because of this video, you should seriously think about your priorities. And if you're then still thinking about not hiring me, I seriously want to work for you, because you're probably a homophobic jerk. Please, society, be more open about people and lifestyles that are different from the status quo. Be tolerant, accept them, put them in your media. Stop thinking in boxes too much. Don't be biased, don't be stereotypical. Put queer people in your books and series and movies whose story doesn't revolve around their queerness. Have asexual characters who don't just need to find the right woman or man. Have bisexuals or pansexuals who are not confused. Have genderqueer people. Kill the love triangle. Have happy polyamorous couples. Because all these people exist. And all these people are normal. They are different than you, but they are normal. So I'm sorry for the rant. And I don't think I will manage to cut this down to under 4 minutes. I hope it passes as educational. And if not, I will take the punishment. But it was worth it. Brendan, I'll see you tomorrow.